It's never too late to create good habits in your business. End of month, an important part of any accounting or bookkeeping department for any business in the world is essential. Sometimes people think it's overrated, but I think it's very, very essential to maintain your books, to keep good records. There has to be some ending point where you actually sit down, you or your bookkeeper or your accountant sits down and make sure everything matches up to that particular date. So today we're going to talk about 6 end of month Xero tips, and hopefully that will help you create some good habits within your business. Welcome everyone. Welcome back to Neha's Bookkeeping Corner, where we talk all about bookkeeping for your business, or this is also a great place for someone who is starting out their own bookkeeping practice. This is all about sharing wisdom and knowledge, and feel free to share yours through comments as well. All right, let's get back into our end of month. So why, first of all, end of month is so crucial. One, I already said it's a good idea to give like an ending point whereby you make sure, okay, by the 7th of the following month, everything for prior month will be completed, everything will be reconciled, etc., etc. So this also keeps you under control, gives you good data as a business owner, gives you great data actually to make your business decisions. We've got great systems at the moment where we can actually get that information in real time. End of month is a good habit to have within your business. The most important part, though, also is we see in our bookkeeping practice, a lot of clients will come towards the end of the year. It's like, you know, we should have actually taken up your monthly bookkeeping offer, but they left it for too long. And then we have to do everything for the tax returns in one go, which again, they have already forgotten where they spent money. You know, like when we ask them questions around their bank transactions, they're not sure. So it helps overall, having your end of year easy. It will enable you to make good decisions. We've talked about it. And it will also enable you to remember things in time. So if I ask you within a month, when you spent money on, say, Costco, you know, what was it about? So you'll probably remember, hopefully you'll have a receipt, things are easier. But if I ask you after a year, you would have already forgotten. Like, I don't know. So it's a great idea to have end of month process. So I'm going to give you 6 tips today, and hopefully you can include them all within your businesses and have a happy end of month. All right, number 1. is ensuring all the banks are reconciled. So it's very simple to say this, but when I say banks reconcile, people think when they're allocating transactions within Xero, it's reconciled. No, you want to match your bank balance in the from the bank statement to the bank balance in your accounting software, whether it's Xero, EOFY, QuickBooks, or any other software. Number 2, it's a very important one, especially these days, where we use Xero as like a middle accounting software. And then we have lots of add-ons, whether it's receipt management system, whether it's point of sale. So reconciling sales data or purchase data or whatever information you're putting in the other system, reconciling the 2 systems is very important. So I'll give you an example. We've got a client where they use an inventory and point of sale system, which is outside of Xero, but they're integrated. So at the end of the month, we check the sales match up, we check the stock system, stock is matching up. So all these different things have to be reconciled. Another interesting one is we are helping, this client is more on consulting, where they have Xero again as an accounting software, but use Since 7. But then they also have things like Amazon, they sell on eBay. So we have to create different procedures for almost everything. But that's why businesses like that definitely need to have a good end of month system. So that was my tip number 2. Tip number 3 is at the end of the month, check all your outstanding bills, whether aged payables is correct or not, age receivables is correct or not. Tip number 4 is checking for any errors. So if you go on to Xero, Let me share my Xero screen with you all. You should be able to create like an account transaction report. Let's just say we're doing end of month for last month. Select all accounts, and I can go group by, say, account type and update. So I can check all the assets right there, all the expenses right there. I can check whether the GST is correct, whether the chart of account is correct. So here are my chart of accounts. So I can check all that in one report. But if I do this on a monthly basis, my life is going to be so much easier, isn't it? And we see that all the time with our bookkeeping clients, where clients who provide us information in a timely manner, things get done pretty quickly and swiftly. So what I'm thinking while I'm on Xero, I'm just going to go back to tip 1 as well, where we talked about bank reconciliation. So when you click on Reconcile and allocate transactions to different chart of accounts, etc., this is not reconciliation, this is allocation. You have to go click on reconciliation report. You want to then select the date. Let's just say we're doing end of month for June. You want to then put the ending balance here. So I delete that ending balance. That needs to come from the physical bank statement. That matches up with your bank in Xero. There should be no outstanding transactions in there. All right. So we talked about reconciling banks. We talked about reconciling systems. We talked about reviewing outstanding invoices. Again, these are the 2 reports you will check whether these are correct or not. If you are a bookkeeper or an accountant who is unsure, what you want to do is you want to share this with your client or your boss to make sure that these accounts receivable and accounts payables are correct. Because sometimes, especially with accounts payable, what happens is the client or the owner will send the invoice through to, say, a receipt management system, but someone has already reconciled it within Xero or has spent money. So there's duplication, right? All right. So we've talked about check for coding errors. You can use account transaction report for that. Then you also want to double check whether payroll and super reports are correct. So you want to go to payroll summary reports with your payroll. Again, at the end of the month, you want to make sure you match up wages, super and everything. So you can come here, go wages and salaries. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm just having specific chart of accounts related to payroll. So I can check all the payroll things right there. Again, this is a demo file, so it wouldn't have much information. So ideally, when you do it in your real file, you want to match up your payroll summary report to those account transactions. So this is really helping you match your general ledger to payroll report. The other thing is your wages clearing account needs to be 0. If it's not, then obviously there's an issue with reconciliation. So we get asked questions where reconciliation is not done properly, where they say, oh, wages in payroll summary is different. In my profit and loss, it's showing double. So that's where those checks will come into play. So they wouldn't have done those checks because of why they're having issues with their reports. And then the last and not the least is going to be where you want to create some good reports for end of month, where your profit and loss, end of month reports. The basic reports I would recommend is your profit and loss, your balance sheet, and cash flow. What you can also do is within Xero, there's management report right there. It has everything you really need for a business. So there's your executive summary where you can see your cash profitability, kind of a summary just right there. And then you've got cash summary. This is a good one where people generally ask questions, hey, I've got a lot of profit, but there's not enough cash. So see how there's cash gone out of fixed assets, there's GST. And then if someone was, if a business owner was drawing money, the owner drawings would come here as well. So this helps you understand why there's less or more cash as compared to the profit and loss. So All the reports are right here. So having a habit of going through these at the end of the month can help you a lot, can save you a lot of stress at the end of the year or for compliance. I hope you found this useful, and I hope you will add at least one habit that we talked about today and make your life easy, make your business life easy. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Let's stay in touch. Follow us on YouTube at Neha9442. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us at 0394249447.